Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, guys. I'm continuing my Week 7 previews and analysis. This one is for the game between the Bears and the Redskins. It'll be played at FedEx Field, the home of the Redskins, who come in with a record of 1-4. The Bears with a record of 4-2. And from a Bears point of view, I get the feeling as an offense, they're starting to turn the corner a little bit and develop a little bit more consistency. Sure, you had those one or two games where you had some typical Jay Cutler clunker type games, but I think his consistency is starting to override that a little bit. I like what I saw from him in the Giants game. I like some of the overall throws he's been making this year. I like how his weapons have developed around him. I think the emergence of Alshon Jeffrey and Martellus Bennett will serve them well in this particular game, as well as the rest of the season here moving forward. And Matt Forte out of the backfield really being utilized in a great manner by Mark Trestman in this new offense. And, you look on the other side to the Redskins, and I was expecting more out of this Redskins offense last weekend against the Cowboys. RG3 still coming out, throwing for less than 50%. Ran the ball a little bit better. Alfred Morris went over 80 yards. Griffin almost at 80 yards. I think that running game is going to have to be central to them winning this week, because couple things that scare me about this matchup for the Redskins is Chicago's ability to turn teams over, which I think the Redskins can be vulnerable to at times, and also Chicago's superior play on special teams, especially given how last week the Redskins played on special teams. Dwayne Harris absolutely killing them on a punt return and kick return. So we'll see how that sort of plays out here. And I think I expect this to be a close game. And those are the little things that really separate the teams that win those games and lose those games, the turnover battle and the special teams battle. And I think both of those are a decided advantage to Chicago unless Cutler reverts back to his old self and sort of melts down, because this Redskins defense did do a pretty good job against the Cowboys offense last week, most notably against Romo, and even against the running game for the Cowboys, which they were pretty much able to keep in check. So, I think this game, because it's being played in Washington, will be a lot closer than people think. I just think in the end, though, I don't know if the Redskins on the back end have the personnel to be able to match up against Jeffrey, Marshall, and of course Martellus Bennett. I think that's going to be the problem here, is the overall depth of that Redskins back end being able to cover all these weapons. And I don't expect Jay Cutler to give the game away. And until I see RG3 have one of those vintage RG3, throw for a high rating, run the ball a little bit, and take a game and win it, I got to believe he's still sort of to some degree recovering from that knee injury, whether he's worried about getting hit, whether he's not just up to form yet. Whatever the situation is, I was expecting him to come back much better from the bye than he did last week. So I'm sort of reverting back to what I thought of him before the bye. So I like Chicago +1 on the road in Washington to win this game and to go to 5-2. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview and recap every game every week, and I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.